Voices 2. Living in Synthesis. A long-form dialogue between Mari and Monica. At its core, synthesis is the ability to take information from multiple sources and distill it into a cohesive and actionable insight. So says the internet. As expressed in my recent posts, my perception of time has undergone a profound shift. Rather than feeling constrained by it, I find myself immersed in its flow. Not soaring aimlessly pushed by unseen forces, but rather navigating through what feels like multiple timelines. I consciously make an effort to revisit specific events once driven by intense emotional cues and triggers. Having addressed and integrated those emotions, I no longer resonate with that frequency, creating the sense of traversing another timeline and experiencing a different reality. Notably, my social habits have evolved. Engaging with a new circle of individuals doesn't pose a significant challenge. It's akin to performing a taijiquan long form. Each interaction feels like a step in a choreographed dance where I sense a renewal with every move, guided by an innate wisdom in my body that instinctively knows how to make the best decisions. I prefer to view time as a notation board, a canvas where I can trace the intricate patterns of my personal journey. Speaking of time, the imminent arrival of the Year of the Wood Dragon, a celebration occurring every 60 years, is just around the corner. In about 7 weeks, I will mark this significant milestone. How do I feel? Free! The freedom I experience is rooted in the synthesis of my life, enjoying each moment as it unfolds. Quote, the frequency of somebody who is correct is a powerful frequency. Ra Uruhu, Human Design. A set of synthesizing minds. Quote, in the 21st century, the most important kind of mind will be the synthesizing mind. Murray Gell-Mann, Nobel in Physics in 1969, founder of the interdisciplinary Santa Fe Institute, a coiner of the term synthesizing mind. A few days ago, I engaged in a long-form dialogue with Mari that delved into the evolving relationship between us. This connection led us to focus on a creative purpose. With Mari taking on the roles of editor and co-producer for my upcoming publication, The Nature of My Reality, Everything I Need is in My Body. The 3-part book is set to pre-sale launch in late February, March 2024. Stay tuned. One of the most memorable aspects of our ongoing 2-year dialogue is the type of thinking we both share, namely our synthesizing mind. It took me nearly 60 years to appreciate the thought process of my mind and recognize the strength of the uniqueness each human being is meant to be. The process of individuation is meant to be the path of the heroine's journey or the hero's journey. It is personal and individual, yet satisfying as one learns to understand its process once its contents are discovered. The journey is fuller with wonderful adventures. I hope you enjoyed my dialogue with Mari. Recording it was a fun experience. We discussed education, facilitation, communities that support individuation practices, and the relationship involved in co-producing the upcoming book. Stay tuned for more insights to come, and stay free. Then there's a link to the video and the audio if you want to just listen to the audios there. Then I have links for some of the practices we mentioned during the conversation. So there's a link to the community called Rebel Wisdom, which is the webpage is active, but the community has closed. Gabor Mate, suggest watching the documentary The Wisdom of Trauma and signing up for a Compassionate Inquiry workshop. Thomas Hubel, also listen to his podcast and see if you resonate with his work. Emerging Commons is a member and volunteer-supported community that emerged from the work of Rebel Wisdom. As indicated in our purpose statement, we found that how we relate to each other is an essential aspect of our foundation and growth. At least it's as important as what we discuss or do together. So I was part of this community from its inception, sometime early 2021. I don't remember exactly. Until 2022, September 2022, when I voluntarily decided to leave. I felt it was the right time for me to immerse myself in practices beyond the safety of this community. In other words, I needed to be actively involved in the streets, engaging in a moment-to-moment practices outside of the confines of this safe space, so I could walk the walk and talk the talk. The principle of listening. The sun on gate 13, positioned at the G center, functions as an abstract circuitry signaling our location between the cardinal points of the winter and the summer solstice. It prompts us to hold space and practice empathetic listening to ourselves, acknowledging fears, joys, and those of others without judgment. Do a checkup on the vibration you emit. If what you hear doesn't resonate well and your body reacts, pay attention to that too. The grounding nature of the earth at gate 7 is associated with the army and strategy, signifies the direction of the future. Its potential lies in developing a strategy, urging us to question our aims and consider everything and everyone important in leading toward a victorious direction where creativity, leadership, and authenticity can be expressed. With Saturn and Jupiter now in tribal emotional gate 37 and individual conceptual gate 24, familiar matters may resurface and feel like it's like Groundhog Day over and over again, a time loop. Allow space for insights to decide whether to engage in the drama or remain detached. There's no pressure. Most emotional dramas stem from the not self and conditioned individuals. Mars and Venus are moving closer to their meetup with Pluto in a couple of weeks, initiating a new cycle in Aquarius. The sextile between Jupiter in Taurus and Saturn in Pisces in the same signs that occurred 60 years ago is beginning to separate. The ability to ground one's values into a novel and undefined structure is highlighted. This process, by surrendering and trusting inner guidance, supports material expansion leading to pleasant surprises. This transit aligns well with the lunar nodes. And in my chart, Pluto and Uranus serve as a robust support system in my mental framework. It is crucial to remember that I don't attribute my experiences to luck. Instead, I develop a heightened awareness of my decision-making process through a profound observational practice. As Venus squares the lunar nodes, the values one diligently works on may be triggered because they come together by a sense of lacking bravery. So you're going to feel a little bit of like, However, there is an opportunity to find the courage to release limitations tied to self-worth. As Mercury meets Pluto currently, it delves deep into the darkness, becoming a path to renewal. Embracing intensity as the new normal is encouraged. What are the brilliant ideas you're willing to bring forth from the underworld that will enlighten undefined structures that are dissolving to generate the dreams of individuation? Take a moment to observe the world around you and question whether you are merely watching a movie. Reflect on the type of movie it is. Do you enjoy it? If not, consider shifting and changing your timeline. If you find yourself unsure of how to navigate this shift, trust your inner authority. It serves as a reliable starting point. Be like water, my friends, as Bruce Lee famously said. So I am here. I'm leaving you everything. The link to our conversation with Mary is around 1 hour, 20 minutes. It's pretty great because we're going to be talking a little bit about how the book came together. Thank you. Have a wonderful week. I'll try to write for the new moon, but I can't promise anything because I'm swamped but happy. Be well, my friends.